Hello friends, myself Ashmit Kaur. Today we will discuss the modes of reproduction and sexual reproduction. Starting with topics to study are introduction, modes of reproduction, sexual reproduction, how this happens, gametes. So starting with the introduction, first of all we should need to know what is reproduction. So it is a process by which living organisms produce new organisms similar to themselves. So here we can see in these pictures, in first picture, the bear with its babies similar to itself and human beings baby similar to themselves. So that kind of similarities. So is reproduction necessary or not? So these points we will discuss how reproduction is necessary. It retain a particular species of living organisms, so it is necessary. And without reproduction, entire species will become extinct. How, for example, consider a species, for example, bear species. In this case, if the reproduction is not occurring, so the entire species with the time to time will become extinct. It will not be seen anywhere, so it will become extinct. It happens in transmissions of it helps in transmission of characters from one generation to next. Some characters that we also have transmitted from our parents. So these kinds of characters, as the fusion of gametes occur, so the characters of parents are transmitted into the young ones. So it helps in this transmission. Last is the variations lead to the origin of new species. Variations are the kind of variations, maybe change in eye color or a change in hair color, that kind of variations. Suppose the parents are with black eyes and the offspring that is produced is with blue eyes. So this is a kind of variation which leads to the origin of new species. This was about reproduction. Next are the modes of reproduction. This is mainly of two types: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So, in case of sexual reproduction, both parents are needed, and the fusion between male and female gametes give rise to new organism. As I said, both parents are needed. So these parents will produce the gametes, that is from male gamete will come, and female parent female gametes will come. So when these both gametes fuse together, they give rise to the new organism. In this case, sex is involved, as the fusion between male and female gametes is occurring, so sex is involved so that the fusion may occur. And this kind of reproduction, the variations occur. How the variations occur? As we can see, I have told you earlier also, the change in eye color and hairs. Sometimes the parents are with smooth hairs and the child born is with curly hairs. So this kind of variations may occur. So second is asexual reproduction. In this case, only single parent is needed to produce new organism. Only just one parent is sufficient to produce the new organism, and no sex is involved, as we know single parent is needed. And as there is a single parent, so no variation occur. The young one produced will be exact the copy of the parent. And for example, amoeba, bacteria, hydra and tapeworm, these kind of species produce their next species similar to themselves, and there is nothing the fusion of gametes in that case. So next is sexual reproduction. So in this side we will discuss all about sexual reproduction and how this happens. So as we discussed earlier also, this is the mode of reproduction in which new individuals are formed from two parents. Let us think it by taking the human example. On ourselves, we can discuss it as two parents are required, and in this case, sex is involved so that the fusion between male and female gametes give rise to the new organism. So, new individuals are not identical to the parents. As we can see in our case, we are not the copy of our parents. There are some kind of variations into us too. So, this is how we are not identical to the parents. So, why we need sexual reproduction? This helps to incorporate variations in species, which in turn ensures survival of the species. As the variations are coming into the species, these variations are naturally selected variations which help us to survive in the coming environment. So that's why sexual reproduction is necessary. As this results into variations and each individual in a species has its own uniqueness and identity. So we can see in our world every people is with unique identity and face. So this is how the sexual reproduction is necessary. We can get our own uniqueness and identity. So that's why if all the world in all the world peoples are of similar face, so how we able to know that who is ours and who is not? So that's why it is important that the variations and uniqueness may result due to sexual reproduction. Next, how this happens? So first of all, in this case, DNA is copied from two parents. How it is copied, we can see. Starting with the picture here, here are the two parents of male and female. Each parent have cells into their body, and among these cells there are some sex cells. Other cells are having 46 number of chromosomes, and the different these are that is the sex cells. These are with half the number of other cells, that is these are with 23n. So in this case these cells are sex cells which I have shown there with 23 and number of chromosomes. So in these cells there is a nucleus. Within this nucleus the chromosomes are present, and these chromosomes having a DNA on them. So both of the DNA with each with 23 and contributes to form a zygote, and the zygote formed will be 46. The number will be doubled automatically, that is 23n is coming from father and 23 is coming from mother. So zygote will be with 46n. So now come to the theory part. DNA gets copied from two parents, and here father is with 23 and DNA plus mother with 23 and DNA, and during reproduction these DNA fuse together and form zygote, that is with 46 and chromosome, that is new offspring. So in gametes, just the introduction here, these are the sex cells present inside our body. As I have told you that there are the specialized sex cells that are different from the other cells. So these are the gametes. So they are sex cells present inside our body, and they have half the number of chromosome as compared to the other cells. Humans have 46 chromosomes in their cells, so their sex cells have its half number, that is 23, and this varies from species to species. In case of another species the chromosome number may vary, but in human that is 46, and in normal cells 46, and the sex cells with 23n. and the fusion of male and female gametes give rise to new individual, as we have shown above. Next is gametes in brief. So these are sex cells into our body, and humans have 46 chromosomes in their cells, so their gamete cells have 23N, and fusion of these gametes give rise to new individual, and these gametes may be isogametes or heterogametes. Isogametes means male and females gametes are identical to each other, that they are similar to each other. For example, in case of Spirogyra and Chlamydomonas species. And heterogametes, in this case male and female gametes, are not identical. For example, human beings. Here is a picture of the gametes of human beings, and first is the egg and second is sperm. Egg is the female gamete and sperm is the male gamete. And we can see in the picture these both are not identical to each other. So these are heterogametes. So thank you.